Hello everybody, my name is Daniel Scheiner, and welcome to my talk, Out with the Lawn, In with the Garden. We all love mowing lawns. It's hot, it's dull, it's laborious, without really much gain. Okay, in reality, I'm fairly sure more mowing is not a universally entertaining way to spend the weekend. What if I told you that not mowing your lawn is good for your wallet, good for your health, and good for the environment? Today I would like to tell you about alternatives to mowing your lawn and why you should switch. 2020 was not a good year. A global pandemic shuttered the global economy. The global food chain was in danger. This means that was once a guarantee of fresh produce in your local grocery store is no longer the case. There were also rations put in place on certain food items. In 2020, instead of just having grass on your lawn, you had a fully functional food garden. You wouldn't even have to leave your house for all but the most essential items. Who am I? My name is Daniel Scheiner, as I said before. I am a founder of an agricultural drone startup called Scheiner Aeronautics. Beyond working with large-scale farms, I've also been working with urban farmers to miniaturize smart technologies to improve the lives of them. I also have worked with UGA in terms of their turf grass research to find it more sustainable options. Lawns are bad for the environment. It's a $100 billion industry. 3 trillion gallons of water are used annually, 200 million gallons of gas, as well as 70 million pounds of pesticide. This is in the United States alone. Not only that, but bees have no real use for lawns. There's no flowers in those, so you really can't get a lot of pollen. And the insecticides that we use on our lawns end up killing our bees, which no bees, no food. Okay, so lawns are bad. What are we going to do about it? Well, here are some alternatives. There's the no-mow movement, which is an up-and-coming movement where either homeowners will either kill the grass and place in locally sourced grasses that grow natural, and then organize it as such, or they will just let their grass grow and let whatever weeds or whatnot come in. Now, a lot of people think, okay, well, that's going to look gross or it's going to be an eyesore or whatever. But if you look at these pictures that I have, these are all of coming out of the no-grow movement. And you see it's actually pretty idyllic, right? They're all very pretty pictures. There's also alternatives for grass, such as creeping jenny. That's the one in the top left over there. These are low-growing plants that need no mowing at all. Depending upon your area, depends upon whether they would need water or not. But for the most part, they don't. There's also herbs like thyme and oregano that are replacements for grass. If you look at the purple flowers, that's actually thyme. And that's great for your bees because now you're giving pollen to the pollinators. Another option is evergreen moss. Evergreen moss is generally it's kind of a pest in England and such. They don't really like it for the traditional gardeners, but it's actually a really great alternative to grass. You don't need to water it. You don't need to mow it. You don't need to apply pesticides. It pretty much just kind of grows on its own, and it's beautiful, and it's soft. Another option is clover. We're all used to 4-leaf clovers and 3-leaf clovers, but clover is actually a really great alternative to grass. It grows low. You don't need to really do much with it. Then there's xeriscaping. Xeriscaping has no need for irrigation. You don't need sprinklers. You don't need water hoses. All the plants that you plant are self-sustaining, which means that they either take water from the environment or like when it rains, or they'll just take it out of the atmosphere itself. This is mainly done in drier, more arid areas such as California, the Southwest, Colorado, but it actually has been done here, and it can be done fairly successfully. So you can have these beautiful flowers that don't really need to be watered. Okay, so now we're coming to my favorite part, food gardens. Growing your own groceries is one of the oldest forms of like self-sustainability. By just having a 24 by 24 foot garden, you can create 300 pounds of groceries. This is annually, as well as save $600. That's pennies on the dollar for what they cost. All you would need here is to get some seeds or some saplings, which cost anywhere from 50 cents to a couple of dollars. Plant them down, and then you could just harvest them. We're growing lettuce in our backyard, and we've been growing it for about 4 or 5 months now. And we have had multiple salads off of a single plant. Because when people think that you harvest, you take out the whole thing. That's not true. What we do is we go and we just clip the lettuce and we put it into a basket, and then more grow. So it's like we've been having salads every day for the past couple of months. So what can you grow? What can we grow here in Georgia? So we can grow tomatoes. We can grow things like lima beans, onions, cantaloupe. We have snap peas, broccoli, cucumbers, peppers. In my personal garden, we're growing broccoli, we're growing tomatoes, thyme, lavender, oregano, pumpkins. You can pretty much whatever it is that you want to grow, you can grow. So gardening isn't just great for your physical health. It's also great for your mental health. Studies have shown that by doing small tasks in the garden, it increases your self-esteem and it reduces your stress. So go out there and just do a little gardening at a time. See if you like it. Another really funny thing is that in the ground, there's actually this specific bacteria called Mycocillium bacteria vaccae. And what it essentially does is when you breathe it in, it will increase the serotonin in your body. That's the happiness chemical. So go out and grab a pound of dirt and smell it, and you will feel better. So you might be asking me now, okay, I don't want to have a lawn anymore. I want to start planting a food garden. What are some resources that you can do? Well, first and foremost, I always tell people about county extension agents. Not a lot of people know what that is. County extension agents are educators and facilitators that are paid for by the taxpayers through a land grant university, such as UGA in Georgia. These are in every county in Georgia. Georgia has 169 counties, and you can call these guys up and ask them a question in regards to agriculture of some kind, whether it's planting a garden or talking about your grass or whatever it might be, and they will give you answers and tell you what is best for your area. These are experts of your area. Also, if you have a plant and you see a disease or something on it, you can take a picture of it and usually email these guys and they will tell you what it is. And if they don't, you can actually take the plant to them and then they will send it off to UGA for research. And they will run a lab test and give it back to you. This is all done free because the state taxpayers pay for this service. So it's free. I don't see why you shouldn't use it. They also have events like one I went to was herb gardening and talking about the best kinds of herbs and when to grow them and how much sunlight they needed. It was a really cool talk and really great way to learn about just plants in general. Another federal resource is the United States Department of Agriculture. They have a National Agriculture Library, and these you can look up individual research studies about specific plants and specific vegetables that are being grown and what grows best in your area and doing research like that. Also, if you connect with some of your neighbors and begin looking at doing these kind of food garden, you can even possibly get grants and research opportunities for your area. So it's a great way to kind of get active with your community, but this is on a federal level, so it's really neat to be able to connect with this large resource. Cornell University is a really big one. They have a bunch of educational materials and organization toolkits that you can use to help figure out what you want to grow, when you need to plant it, and that sort of thing. Also, there's the National Gardening Association, which has a plant database. You can go in and look at onions and see different types and species of onions, and then see how they grow, where they grow best, and that sort of thing. So it's really an important resource, and it's free. They have local groups that you can go and meet up with, and They're a fantastic organization. I wanted to thank you all for your time. I really hope that you can see how beneficial it is to grow your own food, or to at least reduce your lawns, do some type of xeriscaping. It's going to be great for the environment. It's great for your wallet. It's great for your health. Another thing is to go reach out to your local farmers. Go talk to your urban farmers. These are people in your neighborhood that might have a garden. They're a great resource, and by and large, they're some of the best people I've ever met. So go out and talk to these people. You're going to get a bunch of great insight, and I mean, you might be able to walk away with a new hobby. So thank you very much for your time, and I look forward to your questions.